My classroom is all set up for the school year, and it is time to write my first week of lessons. Full disclosure, the basement has terrible lighting, so I apologize for the quality of this video, but let's walk through reverse plan. So the first thing that we're going to do is I come down here where all of my curriculum is. I do not want to be hauling it up and down the stairs. So we are going to sit here and we are going to pull out these books and get them written down into our planner. I'm going to use these weekly overview pages to plan out a perfect week, and then as we get things done, I will put them into our weekly plan on the next page. I am going to start with my daughter. I have two colors picked out, one for my son, one for my daughter, and I'm going to start with math, so let's get that written out. We are now going to pull out first grade math with confidence. My son started first grade already at the end of the year, so he's actually in unit 3, but we're just going to pick up where we left off and go from there. Next up is Christian Light. Yay, year 4. I'm really excited for this. So let's take a look and see what we need to write down. When I am labeling Christian Light, I like to do it by light unit and lesson. So I will show you quickly how I do that. So we have Chloe, CLE. We are in 401, that is the light unit, lesson 1. My son also started first grade CLE before we finished the year. So he's actually quite a ways into this. He is on light unit 103, but we're gonna try to pick up where we left off. The first lesson that we're on is actually a review lesson. So I'm gonna go ahead and just count forward from there. If he needs to go back and review some of his previous lessons, we will do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and plan it how I would like. And if it doesn't work out, we're not stressed. Quick note on first grade with Christian Light Education, you are using learning to read at the beginning, but then you are also using their language arts. And so to keep things straight, I call learning to read LTR. And then once we are bringing in the language arts, I will just put CLE. That way you can keep your light units and your lessons separate and not get too confused. Okay, so we have math and language arts written out, and now down here, I'm just gonna make a couple of notes about books that we are starting for independent reads, read alouds that we're starting, and then we will move on to our daily riches since that's all we're doing for our soft start. Okay, so we have math, language arts. Chloe picked her first book that she wants to read as a buddy read, and our first read aloud is going to be The Trumpet of the Swan, so I'm just gonna put those here. Now I will go grab my daily riches, and we're gonna put that over on this side, and then I just have a few notes I'm going to add, and we'll check back. So planning daily riches, this is an open and go. She has it all mapped out here. So all I'm going to put in my notebook is basically, let's do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and I will make any notes if I need to, of like things I might need to grab. There are some books that I need to actually try to get from my library, but I am not gonna write all of this out here. I'm just gonna put, hey, daily riches, day 1. Okay, so I have the 4 days of daily riches and then the books that we need for month 1. Now, she does give the option. These are all read alouds available on YouTube, but if you want the physical book, anyway, I am still going to track it, so I'm going to write it here. Now, it's our first week of school. I'm just going to make some notes of things that I want to do, talk about what we need to gather, etc. And then I will actually take my planner upstairs and give you a better look through once it's done. And now I have my entire week planned out exactly how I want. So very quickly, over here is where I will put like our schedule for subjects that need to be taught on what days. We are soft starting. We are not starting with all of this, but I was just kind of messing around with it. This is where